final update for this week on council tax, or for this summer on the council tax situation. So I have now not paid council tax for coming up to 4 years. I'm on a mission to find ways that, like Martin Lewis is, to find ways that they're overreach and inflating what you owe and harassing you and coming after you with such overreach and unlawfulness needs to be stopped. So because they've reported me to CPS, they've removed my single adult discount, and because they have not given me discounts when I nearly died and I was on universal credit, they've just charged me the full amount. And then if you question, well, why didn't you just discount me for that month? Oh, you know, lack of proof. It's disgusting. So for those who don't know the story with me, I was very, very, very ill, nearly died, and they've just persecuted me non-stop. So then I started to go down a mission of going, right, okay, I'm going to fight how we do this, and I'm not just going to pay them extra money and be bullied into paying more money than I owe. I've never been behind in my bills, but then I never nearly died before. And I've always paid my way. I've always been a working parent, and I've always had great pride in paying my way. So this really annoys me that they then reported me to Child Protective Services for abusing and neglecting my twins. Fortunately, CPS dropped it straight away. My twins are 16 now. They're perfectly capable of going, are you having a laugh? Really disgraceful, really inappropriate. And Child Protective Services even gave me the name of the lady who reported me, and I will be taking further action when I've got the time to do so. Right now, I'm looking at a method to stop them harassing me and bullying me into paying more money than I owe. And I've joined the I Am community. I've now finished their training, and I'm really impressed with what they've put together and what they've done. And the reason I like what they are doing in the I Am community is because it's not holding that low vibration energy of anger and fight. It's about rising above it. I'm better than this. You have no right to treat me this way. And and it's kind of using that divine individual argument that doesn't really work and gets you into trouble. So be careful of people going, I'm a supreme being. It's just going to get you into debt. But it is kind of like saying, I am an honourable sovereign person, but in a legal, unlawful way that protects you. And you join this trust. You're part of a trust. And then as part of that trust, you can't be treated as an individual or a corporation in the way that people like the council do. So I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far. I should give you an update as I go through. But this week I'm about to restart a process of pushing back and saying you're having a laugh, following their methodology, because although a lot of other people were really, really helpful and brilliant, if you're a homeowner, you're screwed. But if you join this trust, I actually have strong faith that this is going to work. So I will keep you updated as I go. But that's what I'm doing so far. And I'll let you know what happens when I send those letters off. Take care. Oh, I forgot, on a final note, interestingly enough, I still have not had anybody show up at the door, because I do use the vulnerability template, and council bailiffs, enforcement agents, bullies are not allowed to do what other agents with CCJs are, and yet they pretend they can and try to do that, and they harass vulnerable people, which they're not lawfully allowed to do. So you should always send off a vulnerability letter to them anyway. And you need to just make sure that they can't mess with you, and be really, really clear and careful with that. So they've still not showed up at my door, but they are still pestering and harassing me in writing constantly about threatening to. And even that they're not supposed to do. They've been asked to cease and desist. So they are acting very unlawfully. But then the council always has done, even to the point of being fairly malicious, where they just go and report, you know, an unwell single parent for child abuse and neglect while you're on universal credits. It's disgusting that they would do that for anybody. And, you know, as a high tax payer all my life, the one time I got sick and unwell, I went on universal credits, didn't get the help I needed because that didn't even cover one bill. It was just a few £100. So I don't understand the benefit system of people saying, oh, I get thousands a month. I don't understand that. I didn't even get £1,000 a month. I got about 750, 800 a month. I can't live off that. It didn't even cover the food shopping for me, the children and the animals per month. So I did not get the help that I needed after all the years of paying high tax. And on top of that, the council then chased me, threatened me, harassed me, and reported me to Child Protective Services for neglecting and abusing my children. Actually saying things like, you can't afford to feed them because you're struggling financially. I'm like, yeah, like most single parents in this day and age, you know. Many single moms I know go into food banks, but that's not me neglecting my children. And my son's a bodybuilder and really big, you know, they don't look starved at all. So pretty disgraceful behaviour, but they messed with the wrong single mom. So I think this method could work. Watch this space.